Hey everyone, welcome back to another recap podcast from SNXweave, where we give quick weekly recaps of news and important updates from the previous week from the Spartan Council, core contributors, and Ambassador Council. Let's get started. Starting off with a quick work in progress update, new data dashboards have been released and you can find links on our blog. The Orderbook Perps project has also seen functionality added for canceling off-chain orders, and the core contributors are currently reviewing this design with Quenta. As for multi-collateral upgrades, Flash Loan tools are on track for a Quenta launch, with just a couple of audit remediations being worked on. The base multi-collateral margin upgrade PR is also in review. The goal is for this to be ready for release tomorrow, assuming the Flash Loan audit feedback doesn't require major remediation. And lastly, finalized flow for Stata USDC on base mainnet in the LP app is in testing. In other news, in case you missed it, last week, Fenway proposed a referendum to overhaul Synthetics governance. He first discussed this proposal with the Spartan Council at their weekly sync, then brought it to the community at last week's town hall. SNXweave wrote an in-depth review of the town hall, including the Q&A session with the community at the end. Be sure to check out our blog for a link to the article. In summary, the referendum proposal was based on broad feedback from the community that there are about 7 core issues that have caused the protocol to fade from the spotlight in the past year. Fenway felt that if this new proposal were to pass in a community vote, Synthetics could return to the forefront of DeFi. He believes a big part of the problem is a lack of accountability and governance, and has designed an overhaul where the current councils would be reduced to a single 7-seat council, with 4 elected seats and 3 core contributor seats hired by the elected councilors. Fenway believes that the core contributor placement on this council will ensure vision continuity. And speaking of vision, another key aspect of this first referendum will be a refreshed roadmap. He used the 2024 roadmap as an example, highlighting this was scheduled to be released this month, but a roadmap this late in the year would not be particularly useful. The referendum would therefore shift priority towards hammering out the details of a 2025 roadmap as soon as possible to give a clear line of sight to protocol stakeholders and boost accountability. Fenway has already written up a draft vision for 2025 that you can find linked in our blog. This referendum would also seek to provide more organizational structure to the core contributors. Currently, the core contributors operate in a mostly flat organizational structure, which makes it very difficult to prioritize work. Fenway believes that geographically aligned working groups would make it easier to work through problems in real time. Next, he plans to form a Synthetics Foundation, which would provide a layer of protection for CCs who have had to engage with vendors on behalf of Synthetics in the past, potentially exposing them to regulatory risk. This would also make some grant funding, which has historically been out of reach for the protocol, more attainable. The last key element of the referendum is to bring the focus of the protocol back to the SNX token. Fenway emphasized that the purpose of the SNX token has come into question in recent months, and believes it's in the token holders' best interest to change that. Now that SNXchain is online, there's an opportunity to use it to the benefit of the protocol. Fenway's overarching goal with this proposal is to send a strong message to the community that Synthetics is back, and to bring some energy back to the protocol. The vote for the referendum is still live and will close on October 4th, so be sure to cast your vote if you haven't already. A link to the snapshot vote can be found on our blog. And that's it for today's updates. Be sure to check out our weekly recap blog post, share this podcast link, and let us know what you think and what you'd like to hear more about from SNXweave. Thanks for listening.